Hello again. It is me, Jen Stiles, here on episode number 2 of End of Life Soul Transition and my journey with my dad. So, previously in the first one, we talked about his diagnosis and what happened pre-diagnosis. So, in this one, it's kind of about the future. Now, you might wonder what I'm stroking. This is one of the things that we created. So part of what we do in soul transition is we create memories, and this is a fabulous way of doing that. So this is Dad's hand, and I love this so much. And I got this for Father's Day. Okay, so it's a plaster cast that we made, and yeah, I just love it. So creating memories is what we do. So we'll get a plaster cast, and you can create these beautiful hand pieces. So like I said, I got this for him for Father's Day, and we did one for Mom as well, so she has a hand too. And for me, part of it was I infused this with Reiki, with healing energy, and this stayed with Dad. And if he wanted to, when I wasn't there, he could, hold on to it and touch it, and he would be able to feel my energy. And now, I get to I get to feel his energy, and yeah, I just adore this. So yeah, this is one of the things that we will do in creating memories for you at soul transition time, or from diagnosis to end of life. So yeah, that's creating Dad's hand. We also took an awful lot of photographs while we were on our walks and while we were doing various things. So the thing that happened, as everybody knows, COVID came, didn't it? So literally he'd had his diagnosis in February. He had his first appointment with his specialist nurse on the Friday that we went into lockdown. We were going into lockdown on the Monday. So that was really, really hard because I was working and my brothers were working. So none of us at the time that we all needed to kind of come together were able to offer any physical assistance. And that was really hard. And I know that we are not the only family that went through that. I'm well aware of that. But this is about my particular journey. So yeah, none of us were able to go and assist them. And at the time I was working in the hospital, and I was working in intensive care. And so I definitely couldn't go and visit them because we didn't want them to get any germs or anything like that. It was bad enough that, they were going to go through this, but we didn't want to add anything else to it. And so my weekly visits stopped. And then what happened there? So weekly visits stopped, and then I made the decision, I discussed it with my husband, and we made the decision that I would give up work and I would not be working anywhere in the hospital or online or doing anything, so that I could isolate myself and then I could go and visit them and help. So my weekly visits kind of turned into overnight visits, and that was where we did the wonderful hand, sat just over here, so that's why I'm holding it, the wonderful hand plaster cast. And yeah, so literally, I gave up work and was straight down there, and oh my gosh, we took so many photos. And because Dad couldn't move his mouth particularly, he could only kind of gurn, gurning. So most of the photographs have got me, while he's trying to kind of smile, have got me going as well, just so that we're both doing a similar thing. So yeah, that's kind of episode 2 really. It's very short and sweet. It's what we will do when you have your diagnosis, when you decide that you want end of life support that's of a non-medical nature. So this is not medical at all. I'm not medically trained, although I can, which comes into a further one. I can do a PEG, I can do PEG feeding, and I am fully conversant in diabetic blood sugars and giving insulin and pricking fingers and things like that. So yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say now. I'm looking at my note and I've said, yeah, I've covered all of that. Yeah, so that's kind of what we will do for you, is we create memories that are precious to you and your family, and I am just there as your is it confident, as your advocate. You can tell me stuff that you don't need to or don't want to share with anybody else if you're scared, if you're afraid, all of that kind of stuff, but you don't want to burden your family with it, then that's what these shoulders are for. They are there to help you and to remove any fears and any worries that you may have. And if I don't know the answer, then I know people who do. So that's the end of episode 2, End of Life Soul Transition, my journey with Dad. I am Jen Stiles. I am your spiritual teacher, connecting you to the wisdom of your spirit guides and helping you on your soul transition. I will catch you all in the next one.